It's time to die.
I have experienced paranormal activity in my house. Fuck, did you guys hear this? Fucking movements opening. Oh.
It's way too many fake niggas. I'm tired of fake niggas. Sneak dissing, but be all in my face.
So I'm gonna get so much freaking dollars that you don't even know it. Ah!
Hey, what's up everyone, and welcome to another review for the month of Gorror, and this time I am taking a look at a movie. Originally, I wasn't even going to watch or review, but I decided, you know what, whatever. I kind of like the first one in a guilty pleasure way. This is See No Evil 2, starring Kane from the WWE, World Wrestling Entertainment, and this is a movie that had, of course, an original, See No Evil 1, like 8 years ago. Well, 9 years ago at this point, but I think when the sequel came out, it was like 8 years ago. But it's been quite a long time since that movie came out. And there was a reason why there was no sequel that early, because the movie bombed. No one wanted to go see it. No one liked it. Me, I kind of enjoyed it. I thought some of the death scenes were kind of cool, and I like Kane a lot. I used to be a big WWE fan, and I'm a huge fan of Kane. So watching Kane as a horror movie icon, not an icon, he wasn't an icon, but him trying to be at least, just a horror movie monster, was just entertaining to watch. And, you know, there's a lot of good death scenes, mostly with eyes being ripped out and people getting cell phones shoved in their throats. That was pretty funny. But I kind of enjoyed that on a guilty pleasure, so I was interested to see this. I actually heard the reviews were considering it's a WWE straight-to-DVD horror film starring Kane, I heard the reviews were not that bad, so I was actually interested in that aspect. But what did I think of See No Evil 2? I'm not going to take much time here. Let's get into the review. Alright, so the story for See No Evil 2 takes place right after the end of See No Evil 1. Ooh, it takes place right after. That's unique. The story follows Kane, who plays Jacob Goodnight, which is a great last name, because if you don't know, he rips people's eyes out. He rips them out. He scoops them out, rips them out, and his last name is Goodnight. Get it? Because he's ripping the eyes out, they're dead, like they're asleep, and his last name's Goodnight. It's funny. But, they're obviously looking for a really cool, badass, or kind of unique name for a horror icon, and they came up with Jacob Goodnight. Alright, but it follows Kane, who is the serial killer in the first film, and at the end of the first film, he actually gets killed, supposedly. And in this movie, it follows a bunch of white people in a hospital who gets Kane's body and all the other bodies of the people that died in the first film. And of course, Kane's not actually dead. The white people in the hospital are having a party. There's you know, the typical people. You have the shy guy who is really in love with this other girl who works in the hospital. And then you got the girl's brother. You got the slutty girl. You got the kind of mixture of the normal girl and the slutty girl. There's one of those characters in there. You got the guy in a wheelchair, which is different, I'll give you that. But you don't see too many crippled people in horror movies, even though he's played by a guy that's not crippled. Just need to get that out there before someone says, "Oh, they cast a crippled guy? How progressive!" No, yeah, so that's pretty much the cast of characters there. I think, yeah, that's about it. Oh, and then there's the other guy that gets killed off immediately. Spoilers, but not really, because he doesn't have a character at all. So you have all these characters, and they're getting killed off and picked off one by one. But what this movie does a little bit differently than the first movie, where the first movie was just straight up a straight slasher movie where people are getting killed in gruesome and like just awful ways, where people getting their eyes ripped out and like meat hooks into the eyes and stuff. And I think, yeah, one of them, like I said before, gets a cell phone straight into the back of their throat, and you hear like, I think like the throat kind of expanding, like like trying to get a cell phone down. There's a lot of gruesome moments in that first movie, and it looked all dark and dreary, I remember. In this movie, it's like all hospital hallways, so it's all white and stuff. It's a little bit dark, so, you know, it's darker hallways and stuff. And the movie tries to build tension besides just have it straight up a bloodbath. And it doesn't, I wouldn't say it works completely, but I will give the Soska sisters who directed this film, who I don't know what they're from before. I think they make music videos or something? I'm not sure. But you can kind of tell maybe music videos from the beginning of this movie. But what I give them credit is that they had restraint. They didn't just do straight up like gore, 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 like blood everywhere and stuff. I mean, don't get me wrong, you still get that. You get like people getting their necks slit open and blood squirting everywhere. Someone gets choked down, they're bleeding through the nose and eyes and stuff. There's some gruesome kills in there, but you don't get like someone gets their head bashed open and they're just like geysers of blood. You don't get that. There's more restraint here. And they're looking for more of a tension and like, oh, when's Kane gonna pop up? Or, oh, is Kane gonna find someone? Oh, Kane's about to find this girl. Oh no, we like that girl. We don't want her to die. And like I said, it doesn't really work all the time, but there's a couple times where it actually gets you. Like, there's actually a couple of like even jump scares or just like, whoa, or oh, they got her, damn. And there's a couple of actual likable characters, so you're actually kind of rooting for the main characters, even though they're not like the most likable. Like, it's only a 90-minute movie, so you don't have too much time to really care for these characters. You only get a little bit of time, and a little bit of time is decent enough. You get to know who these characters are for the most part, even though they're kind of cliches, but you still get to know them as people, and you kind of like them. They're not the best actors even, but for the most part, they are well written, considering this is a straight-to-DVD horror movie starring Kane from WWE, produced by WWE, and most likely directed by a sister grouping that has done music videos. Not bad. You know, characters are somewhat likable. The direction's okay. Like I said, there's blood and stuff, and the blood stuff looks relatively realistic. There's no real CG in here. They went straight up practical. And Kane does a good job of just skulking around and killing people. Everybody else does a decent job as well. Like I said, there's no great actors in here. Probably the best actor is, I think her name is Catherine Isabelle, who plays the slutty girl in this. And first of all, she's beautiful. Second of all, she's really funny in this movie because she's supposed to be like kind of like the manic girl. Like, she's always like, oh my god, there's a killer out there and he's gonna get me. I did it. And she's always like, she never shuts up, but she never shuts up in a good way, where she's actually kind of likable and kind of funny. And I like that character, and she was really good in it. So hopefully we see her more. And also, she's beautiful, so I'll give her that. Good job. But she's pretty likable, and she's probably the most likable character and likable actor in the film. But everybody does a decent job. There's a lot of blood. There's a lot of tension, I guess. Well, there's some tension, not too much. But it's an okay film. It's okay considering what it is. And that is a straight-to-DVD horror movie produced by WWE, starring Kane from WWE. A sequel to a movie that wasn't that great either. 8 years after the movie came out. Not bad. I'll give it that. Not bad. So that's my review. I have nothing else to say, really. See No Evil 2, I'm going to give it a 23 out of 40. Nothing great here. Likable characters for the most part. It's not the best horror film out there. There's not too much blood. There could have been way more blood and more gore for the damn straight. Some of the death scenes are very, very, not generic, but they're just straight up bloodless at times. Like, one character gets killed and you barely see any blood. I was like, come on. You could have cut his head off. Cut his head off next time. So there you go. That's my review. 23 out of 40. Not bad. I'm surprised. So there you go. Thank you, and until next time, goodbye.